life, and yours truly is, well, not fishing because it's a little cold out there. However, we can always talk about fishing. In this case, talking about various things to include this recent purchase that I got, which was from Sunray Fly Lines from the UK. And there's some stuff that my last or second to last live stream I did where I went and hit one of the ponds in the area. Ended up doing well and catching a few with this particular fly rod. But before I go there, I tagged some products here. So yours truly sporting the Average Angler Life shirt. Look at that, huh? Right there. Average Angler Life. When in doubt, set the hook. I really like this one. And then I did call out some stuff because I want to make some coffee. So let me move this over. This reusable K-cup in my Keurig machine. Let me go ahead and make some coffee because it's cold. And, well, we'll get that coffee brewing. And while that's going, I also called out this particular wireless lav mic that I'm wearing, the Hollyland Mark II. You can see that I can move back and forth and stay engaged with you guys, and so give you a better idea of what I'm doing or what I'm trying to show. In this case, we're going to do some little fishing stuff. And then someone asked again what that little orange ball was that I was using for fishing and taking pictures with it. So it was actually this thing right here called the proof ball. All right, the proof ball. All right, and what you do is you take a picture of whatever you are doing, and you got to make sure you put the fish in the picture and put it right next to it, and you can take a picture and boom, it'll give an guesstimate as to how big that particular fish was. So let me see if I can find the one that I did some micro fishing yesterday, and I think I can show you what those results were on the proof ball. Okay, and coffee's brewing, so yeah, we'll be rocking and rolling here shortly. All right, for those of you just joined, just talking some fishing since I didn't go fishing today. Well, it's a little chilly for yours truly. So yesterday I fished a little feeder creek using the micro fly rod, the wine cork micro fly rod. Let me go grab that right here. And this is one that I like using, or I made several years back out of some wine corks. Oh, the coffee's done. All right, let me go grab some gummy. All right, coffee's done right there. So I called that out earlier, little Keurig machine here. Reusable K-cup, awesome. So this is that micro fly rod I was using, made out of wine corks and a champagne cork here on the bottom because it was a little knobby, bigger one. And then I use these little Fuji reel seats, just flip them this way so I can have the reel on this end, sort of like a fly rod. And then I did this. This is an ice fishing blank. Let's see. Roughly about maybe 3 foot, maybe. About 3 foot. And then this is the thin section of a weight forward 3-weight fly line right here. And that's what I use for casting or as a fly line. And then here I've got just a mix of different leaders. In this case, I believe this is a 15-pound butt section. And then it looks like maybe an 8, followed by some really, really thin 2-weight, I think, or not 2-weight, 2-pound test. And then I was using these little 32-second, or no, I think they're size 32. I think I mentioned on the live stream the other day, I got them from Tunkarabum. All right. It's these things. These are pre-tied right here. And that's what I was using to try catching those little guys. And what I did was I just took some little Antron fibers and I just UV glued them to it right there. That's a real small hook. Let me see if I can read what it says here. says, yeah, it doesn't say. Jeez. Yeah, it doesn't say. Real small, though. I'll tell you that. Okay. All right. Let's see. Haven't seen crappie for some time on your channel. No crappie hunting in creeks. I don't know. I'm kind of itching to do some crappie. I mean, that's one of my favorite fish to eat. And typically when I fish for them, it's mainly when I'm fishing, kayak fishing, going to the main part of the lake. But yeah, I'm kind of getting the edge that maybe I should do maybe some crappie fishing in the creeks. I've especially seen some of the locals over here doing some really good numbers out there. But let me shift back real quick and just show you the results of that proof ball micro fishing yesterday. Right there. That is a huge 2.41 inch 0.01 pounder right there. I caught two yesterday. And this one went 2.5 inches right there. It's pretty cool. I like this. You can put in some key things in there, like the location and what you use. You can keep it private or you can post it public. I mean, it's not bad. And then I do like that it'll call out the species and you can kind of say yes or no, it is or is not what it is. The bluegill. It also called out some spotted bass, Florida bass, as well as largemouth bass on some other ones that I use. So yeah, I'm liking this proof ball. All right, what is it? What's your tackle shop's go-to in Bass Pro Shields? Well, let's see. I go to Cabela's because it's just right down the road from me here in Allen. And then Shields, mainly just when I'm going there for some other stuff, but then I'll stop by over there. And then, let's see. Most of the stuff I get has been just on the fly. I need something or I just pre-order it, be it on Amazon or some other places. Let's see, Academy. The last, I guess, local big thing I got was from Academy. I got their Magellan. Let me see if I can grab it out of here. Magellan Life, or not Life. What is this thing? It looks like an ice chest, but it's more of a live well. And I got it because. Bear with me. I got it because I wanted to put my live shrimp in here and make it run down to the coast. We did use it for fishing some live bait over there at Denison Dam. We picked up some of those. They look like goldfish, but they're black. They call them blackies or black salties, and they're good for catching catfish, striped bass, etc. at the dam, and put them in here, and it lasted the whole period. In fact, when we had some left over, I ended up putting in the garage, and they stayed alive for easily another week. Yeah. I have also put bluegill and sunfish, some small ones, for live bait, and yeah, I like this. The other one I was using was one of those trolling buckets. Those are good, but when you're on the pier and lifting it up and down, it kind of beats up your shrimp. And live shrimp, you want to make sure those are good. But the other thing is when I fished the coast the previous year, there was an individual, like a knowledgeable fisherman, who told me about using these little mullet, about 2, 3, 4-inch mullet, as well as some larger ones. And he was talking about using that for getting speckled trout, and sure enough, it worked really well, to the point that yours truly had to go ahead and set up for fishing those guys using some bait finesse gear. And in fact, I ended up getting one of these Shimano Corrado BFS XG on a 7-foot ultralight ugly stick right here. And that's what I used on the coast with some 20-pound Stren mono. Had a great time fishing it. I caught some needlefish, speckled trout, spade fish, and what was that other thing? There was some other. Oh, I got a pompano off this baby right off the pier, and my son liked it so much I ended up getting him one for Christmas. But I got him the 30 pounds mono, or correction, 30-pound braid. That Yozuri super braid. I really liked that one. That was a pretty good one when I went out there. And luckily, the thing about sometimes you get a backlash, and in this case, I ended up getting a pretty ugly one while I was out there. What happened was I was fishing and I was side casting, and I hooked onto a line behind me, and it just blew it up. It was terrible. All right, what else you got? Does this box work well with Shad as well as the Shad? I would say it'd be iffy, because you know how Shad are. They tend to be they die quickly, and then I think the other thing is you want something that's round in the case of Shad, so they don't bump the sides and whatnot. But hey, I'm willing to try. I've used Shad using that trolling bucket when I go in the kayak and troll it behind me, and I've had them stay alive fairly well. Let's see. Does this ever catch a real fish? I don't know. I got a ton of videos catching fish, so I would say yes. Let's see. Did you ever... Bro, there's a shadow behind you. What the... I don't know. What shadow are you talking about? Not sure what you're talking about. Trolling, I like kayak fishing, and I'll typically troll behind me. Additionally, I've got a John boat that will do that a lot of times. I mean, if you're going from point A to point B, you might as well throw a lure over and do some trolling. Right, so the other thing I wanted to call out this round was I saw these on Facebook, this Sunray fly line, which is a thinner, weight forward, more like a shooting head. And I normally use the OPST Commando head in the 225 grain, 200 grain, as well as 175 grain for my 6-weight, 5-weight, and 4-weight. Actually, no, 3-weight, because I've got an Orvis 3-weight over there. But what I learned was it's not as thick, but it can definitely cast like a shooting head with this Sunray fly line. They were out of stock of their I forgot the one that I wanted to get, but I saw this one where it had a mid head all around floating line, the Pro Line Max. And the video that I did, or live stream that I did not yesterday's live stream, but the week before, I think it was, I went to the local movie house, and there's a pond there. Ended up fishing this thing and was amazed at how easily this thing can just cast out, no problem. It's got a little purple marker in here that tells you when you get it in the rod guides, just got to do the timing. You may have it out a little bit more or in the rod guides itself, but bottom line, you get a cast out there. I was just shooting it out there, no problem for distance. And it's a lot thinner, so I'm very impressed with it. And if that other one, I think it's the short head, comes out on sale again, I may purchase another one. And then this is an old Cabela's Prestige 3-weight, and it's a 7.5 foot. And the reel, I had a little mechanism or something break in there, but luckily I was able to fix it. And so now this is back in business again. So I'm just kind of cycling through the rods here, and I was like, hey, let's go ahead and take this one back out, and let's go try that weightful, or that Pro Line here. Oops. That Sunray fly line. All right, why so many rods? I don't throw away the rods. Am I a hoarder? I guess technically I am. So what happens is I've accumulated all this, and I have not gotten rid of a rod. Even when it breaks, what I'll do is repurpose it or make something else with it. And some of these I've also made myself, because hey, it's another hobby. All right. Let's see. Oh, speaking of the wireless lav mic, so my fridge just kicked on, the compressor, and this should be enough noise canceling so you don't hear anything from the computer as well as the fridge. All right, bro. Listen to me, carefully. There's a okay. I get it. There's a shadow. Okay. All right. So that said, any other fishing related stuff you guys want to talk about? I mainly just want to touch base with y'all, let you know how things were going over the course of the next week or so. I'll probably do some more streaming activities. I did make some adjustment to my neck harness that I'm using, so I can use a different microphone setup. I trying to make it more portable and also leverage using this other phone that I have, so I can have basically 2 phones available in case someone's trying to touch base with me. Where do I fish? Right now, locally, the local ponds, as well as some of the stock ponds and all that. Additionally, I'll make a run across the border over there to the Blue River. They've stocked it with trout. It's good to go till March, and they just restocked it. Well, actually, they're stocking it about weekly, if not multiple times a week. So good chance to get some decent trout there. And then, of course, the trout stocking schedule is still ongoing, or is still happening here in Texas. Okay. Let's see. And then other than that, other things, I have been taking out the metal detector here. So I've been doing stuff with that. And yeah, check out my other channel, Zeke's Metal Detecting Finds. I live in Arkansas, but do my travel fishing in Missouri. Too cold for me to get out. Oh yeah, I mean, it's much colder where you're at. And right now we hit 19 degrees this morning, but yeah, I didn't feel like going fishing. So what I'm doing is I'm talking about fishing, as well as I'm doing some catching up work with some of the video work I have, both on this channel as well as another channel that I manage. Do you have to speak? I don't understand what you're talking about. Why would you say that? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. All right. Okay. Let's see. Other things. Micro fly rod, the weight forward, or the Skagit head style line that I got from the UK. They knocked the price down pretty good. And yeah, I was able to get it for like $20, $28 or something with shipping and all that. What kind of trout? It's rainbow trout is what they're stocking. A couple other places I go, but I haven't been there in a while, that do offer some brown trout. All right. What else? Let's see. Yeah, I think that's it. So do take a look at the videos. I'm focusing mainly on the mobile fishing live stream, so you can see what's happening there, but then I'll also follow with some shorts as well as long form videos. All right. Okay. Original Snoopy. Okay. There's a Barbie one in there that I found one day. I had to fix it though. It was broken. Okay. Let's see. Other things. Yeah. I think the next one that I do will either be again with one of these that shooting head style fly rod, or back to another micro fly fishing, because it's cold and I'll also try that. I did pull out the BFS gear about 2 weeks ago when it was warmer, and I was fishing for whatever was biting on trout magnets, and luckily there was some little guys out there, so that was pretty good. All right, all righty. So with that, I think that's all I have this round. So stay tuned for more, and we'll continue to engage. All right, take care.